The morning of the next market day came heavy with silence. No rooster crowed, no laughter from the children. Even the wind refused to blow through Ibadan. It was as if the whole city could feel that something big was coming. Mama Stella woke up before dawn. Her body was shaking, and her heart beat like a talking drum. All through the night she had seen strange things in her dreams. Dark hands reaching for her pot, and Pastor Daniel's voice echoing again and again, "Your time of hiding is over." When she stood from her bed, the charm beads on her wrist broke and scattered on the floor. Her power was fading, but pride held her heart together. She tied her wrapper firmly, lifted her pot, and walked to the market as usual. When she arrived, the place was quiet. Her usual crowd was gone. Only a few flies danced over her table. Across the market, people were gathered under the mango tree. Pastor Daniel stood among them holding his Bible high, praying loudly for the land. Mama Stella hissed softly. "So, he has turned them against me. He wants to destroy my name, eh?" Mama Stephen's voice rose from the crowd. "Mama Stella, the truth is showing already. Stop this wickedness before it's too late." Mama Stella's eyes flashed. "Be careful what you say, Mama Stephen. My food never harmed anybody." But even as she spoke, the ground beneath her table trembled. The pot before her began to shake. The villagers gasped. And then, before anyone could blink, her pot started to boil on its own even though there was no fire underneath. The stew bubbled, thick and dark. Smoke rose, black and heavy, carrying a smell like rotten herbs and something dead. People screamed and ran back. "Jesus! God forbid!" Mama Stella stepped back in fear. "What is happening?" she shouted. And just then, Pastor Daniel stepped forward. His voice was calm but firm. "Mama Stella, you have done enough harm. The truth must come out today." "Leave me alone," she screamed. "You don't know who you are fighting." But Pastor Daniel lifted his Bible. He began to pray, his voice rising like thunder. "Father, let every hidden work of darkness in this land be exposed. Let your light shine over Ibadan." The sky darkened. The wind roared through the market, carrying sand and leaves. Then, with a loud crack, one of her pots exploded. The smoke that came out formed shapes, faces of men and women, pale and sorrowful. They floated above the market, moaning softly. The villagers screamed and fell to the ground. Pastor Daniel pointed to the faces. "These are the souls you bound with your charms, the ones who suffered through your food." Mama Stella cried out and fell to her knees. "No, I didn't mean to hurt them. I only wanted success. I only wanted people to buy my food." The charm beads on her ankles snapped. The small clay pot she had hidden under the table shattered into dust. Mama Stephen stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "So it's true, Mama Stella. You used darkness to feed us?" The wind grew louder. Mama Stella covered her face and screamed, "Make it stop, please." Pastor Daniel raised his voice. "In the name of Jesus Christ, I command every spirit of darkness, leave this woman, leave this land." And then fire burst from the last pot. Bright, golden fire that burnt without consuming. The flames rose high, burning the smoke away. The morning stopped. The wind grew still. When it ended, Mama Stella lay on the ground, weak and trembling. Her eyes were full of tears. "I have lost everything. I was blind. Greed destroyed me." Pastor Daniel looked at her gently. "God's mercy is great, but you must leave this place. The harm has been done." The chief stepped forward. "Mama Stella," he said in a low voice, "you brought sickness and shame to Ibadan. You are banished. Before the sun rises again, you must leave this city and never return." She fell to her knees, weeping. "Please, forgive me. Where will I go?" But no one answered. The people turned away, some crying, some angry. By evening, she packed her small bag, tied her wrapper, and walked slowly towards the city gate. Mama Stephen watched from afar and said softly, "Evil may wear a fine wrapper, but one day truth will tear it open." Days turned into weeks. The sickness disappeared. The laughter returned. The market of Ibadan smelled sweet again, this time with honest cooking and free hearts. Every evening, the villagers gathered under the mango tree to pray with Pastor Daniel. And when the prayers ended, Mama Stephen would tell the story of the woman who cooked with magic. My children, listen well. Whatever you get through evil will end in shame. Greed may look sweet today, but tomorrow it will burn like pepper. Be content with honest work, for only clean hands can cook food that brings peace. And so, Ibadan lived on, healed, wiser, and free. But somewhere, far beyond the hills, a whisper still drifted through the wind. Darkness never sleeps. It only waits.